Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a phenomenal day. It's Trevor Fulgering, your metabolic health specialist for men over 40. Welcome to today's Metabolic Debrief. Super excited to come on here and talk to you guys because I come online every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. to actually deliver the goods and help you guys understand how to improve your metabolism so fat loss is not forced. So you can actually lose body fat without dieting, going to the gym, or taking the shot. You know what I'm talking about, the shot. So anyway, let's talk about something super important, which is the weigh scale. All right, the weigh scale is so important. We don't need to actually step on the weigh scale every single day. In fact, if you're doing that, I would urge you not to actually step on the weigh scale. The weigh scale, guys, has been a sign of frustration for so many people, right? This thing right here, right? This is the weigh scale that we use, and many people are just so frustrated with it. They want to basically throw it out. And I agree with you. You guys don't need to actually jump on the scale. I haven't weighed myself in probably months and months and months. Probably over 6 months. I don't step on the weigh scale because it's not a relevant number for you to actually understand if you're losing body fat, because we don't need to actually see the weight. We actually want to see how much body fat you're actually losing, and that is the key. That's the key. We don't need to worry about the weight on the scale. That's irrelevant. Instead, we want to look at something called metabolic signals, right? Because you have to remember that before the weight shows up on the scale, the weight loss, something's happening internally inside your body. And those are metabolic signals that we can actually read. They're subjective signals. Signals like hunger, cravings, energy level, recovery, stress, digestion, and fasting glucose levels. Those are the key. That's what's going to help tell you if you're actually losing body fat. Not this thing right here. So we don't need to worry about the scale. That's gonna, if you want to weigh yourself, I would say weigh yourself every 3 to 4 months, because you don't even need to worry about the weight on the scale. If you're doing everything correctly, you don't need to jump on the scale. All you need to do is read your subjective metabolic signals. And that's the key. So without further ado, guys, I want to give you a little bit more of an understanding of all of this, because many people are stuck on the scale and it's not something that we need to actually approach. So what we want to focus on first off is meal timing. So we have to get our hunger signals in check, and you need to time your meals properly throughout the day. So every single day you need to be eating 4 meals a day spaced 4 hours apart. Now the key is rhythm. We want to get your body into a good meal timing rhythm. That's the key, right? Your body really loves to be in balance, and being in balance means you need to be eating on a regular basis. Why do we do that? Well, first off, you want to make sure that your hunger hormones are regulated. We have 2 hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. So ghrelin is our hunger hormone, leptin is our satiety hormone. And if we balance those out, we'll feel satisfied. We won't feel hungry, we won't get any cravings, we'll feel really good throughout the day, we'll have great energy, and we'll sleep well. So to actually time your meals properly is building something called metabolic stability. And that really is the key. We don't want to worry about the weight on the scale because it really is irrelevant. We want to look first at your meal timing. That's the key. Every 4 hours, that is the key. We want to make sure that we're also keeping our stress manageable. Again, everybody's going to have stress in their lives. It doesn't matter if you're, from Canada, United States, or, from Europe. It doesn't really matter where you're from. Stress is everywhere, but we want to manage our stress properly. That is the key. Managing stress is the key. We want to make sure that we're always adding a recovery block in our day. And that recovery block means you could be doing a hot shower or some reading, or you could go do a stretch or walking outside, whatever it is, to help manage stress better inside your body. Because when you actually do that, you will improve metabolic stability, you will reduce cortisol levels, you'll stabilize your blood sugar levels, and you'll lose body fat. Okay, so those are really the keys. Those are the factors. And the last one that I would really suggest, proper sleep, which I mentioned, right, which is part of recovery, and then stabilizing blood sugar levels, right? So we want to make sure that we're stabilizing our blood sugar levels so we're not all over the place with our insulin. Because when it comes to losing body fat, it's a hormonal signaling issue. So if you're dealing with excess body fat, it's because you're dealing with high levels of cortisol, high levels of insulin in your bloodstream, and irregular blood sugar fluctuations. And so we want to stabilize all of those hormones out so we can actually start to tell our body to start to dig into our fat stores so we can lose body fat. So listen, when it comes to losing weight, it's nothing to do with the scale. We don't need a scale to tell us that we're losing body fat. We actually need to read our subjective metabolic signals, right? We want to make sure that we're stabilizing our hunger, cravings are 0, we're getting proper meal timing, we're getting proper hydration, sleep is really good, stress is really manageable, right? Our digestion is good, right? We're going to the bathroom every single day. That's the key, right? And that's strengthening our metabolism. When you have more of a stronger metabolism, your body shifts out of protection mode. Because right now, a lot of guys here watching this are in protection mode. Basically what that means is that your body is really fighting against itself, or you're fighting against your body, and it's not able to utilize stored fat for energy. So instead, we've got to shift your body out of protection mode, read those metabolic signals, stabilize your metabolism, and fat loss just becomes that much more effortless. It actually becomes predictable. It actually just becomes boring, right? So if you're jumping on the scale every single day, I would actually urge you not to. I would actually urge you to stop, right? So that's pretty much it for me today. I want to just quickly jump online here and give you guys a bit of information about your metabolic signals. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is our 15-day metabolic reset. This is something super important that you need to actually get involved in, because it's a complementary program that allows you to stabilize your metabolic signals or improve metabolic stability so that fat loss becomes predictable. And it's a complementary program. You don't even have to pay for it. All right. And it's a great program, 15 days. It allows you to understand what's happening internally inside your metabolism so that fat loss becomes predictable. So all you need to do is very simple. Just click the link underneath this video right here, and then register for your free account. You don't even need a credit card. You just register for your free account and you can get started right away. So if you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns around weight loss or how to lose body fat after 40, just comment underneath this video, guys. But I'm going to see you on our next Metabolic Debrief, where we'll talk about some other concepts around improving your health and losing body fat. All right, my name is Trevor Foldering. I'm a metabolic health specialist for men over 40. Thanks for joining me today. Let's continue to rebuild your metabolism, and I'll see you on that next Metabolic Debrief. Bye for now.